What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode here. Today I have something brand spanking new for you guys. I am not going to show you any bike stuff, but rather I'm going to show you my new old car. Yeah, so there she is right there. What a beauty. What a beauty. This is a 1995 Honda Civic EX. And it belonged to my little brother, but it's been sitting for a while. And so I decided, hey, why not take it? So I took it off his hands and I am going to do some stuff to it. Well, as you can see, this car needs a lot of work. And from right here, look at that big old dent in it. I can't even push it up. But that needs some work. Also needing some work is this carbon fiber hood, or what's left of it. All the clear coat has been peeled from this basically, and there's a lot of cracks along it. I might take it out, put on an OEM one. The amber headlights or corner lights, look at this. It's been sitting here so long that it's starting to crack. Just been sitting and taking in the heat. As you can see from here, it's starting peeling. So at the front, the wheels, we have some drag wannabe CPRs and 15s. And then in the rear we have Rota GT3s, and these are 16s. Imagine that. More cracking in the tail lights. And you know your car's been sitting for a while if you have this. And try to scrape things off, and it's not even coming off. Yep, it's been sitting for a while. Spider webs and all. Almost forgot about this. A manual mirror on a power manual mirror car. Just so much junk accumulated throughout the years. This crap. Oh, it's gonna be a mess to get this car back on track. And so some history about this car. It was bought by my brother, my older brother, in 97, brand spanking new, with about like 2,000 miles or something on it. He bought it for 10 G's in 97. I remember that. He drove it for some years until 2000, 2001, and then he bought a Toyota Celica, those ugly looking Toyota Celicas. And so he gave this car to me, and I drove it up until basically, 2005, I think 2006, 2007, on and off. That's when I started modifying this car. I bought the white GT3 wheels for it, the carbon fiber hood, the amber corners, basically the coilovers, everything that was on this car. I basically bought it, and then I went overseas. And so when I went overseas to Korea in 2009, I gave it to my little brother, and since then he's been kind of driving it on and off. And as you guys can see, it's actually just been sitting for the last decade, I think, on and off. And so I finally told him, hey man, if you're not doing anything with it, give it back to me. I'll give you some cash and I'll just try to make it my daily. And so here it is in all its glory. Some years later, 15 years later, here I am back to square one with this thing. Check out the interior though. Oh, my favorite thing about this car is the interior. It's still super clean, no rips or no tears. This is a car that's almost 30 years old now, and it's super clean. The only thing that's not clean about this interior is the ugly window tints. They're actually peeling off now because they've been, again, just sunbathing for the last decade, give or take. But it's clean, super clean. Does need a little bit of cleaning. The only thing that is actually wrong with this car right now that I am going to start working on it is the clutch. So as you guys can see, the clutch slave cylinder is out, and so I'm going to need to get that going and then charge the batteries, and it should jump right up. As far as mileage, this car has 176,000 true miles on the motor, the current motor as well. And so everything here is original factory. We even have old school Sony. Remember these? Boom, just take off the faceplate, put it back on. It's not even on tight. Fake Type R shift knob. I got this for the car too, years and years ago. Let's see what we have in here. Glove compartment. All right, look at this, folks. The original owner's manual. And you know this belongs to an Asian because of all the math that is being done on it. All right, bad joke. Anyways, that's what it is. If you're curious what's under the hood, let's take a look. All right. Wham, bam, kazam. Look at that. D16 Z6. Original motor in this thing. Again, everything's peeling off, coming off. 1.5 liter intake. It had exhaust, stock headers. Still have AC. And of course, again, the coilovers function and forms. Damper coilovers, full body coilovers here. Probably the most expensive thing on this car. But here's the intake. For all you old heads out there, you know what this intake is? If you know the brand of it, you are a true old head. I'll give you a hint. It's from the 90s and early 2000s. Same with this strout bar. A very unique looking strout bar. Very untraditional looking strout bar. So if you know the brand of this, comment below. See how good your knowledge is of old 90s parts. And so, yep, that's what it is. Stock motor. Probably mess with this motor, keep this motor in here until I get tired of it. Who knows, might case swap it, we'll see. And as you guys can see again, it has no washer fluid. Can't get there, buddy. Where is it at? Right here? All gone. Anyways, that's the motor. So it feels really good just sitting in this car again. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to give this car a quick rinse. I'm not going to wash it because it looks like it might rain, and this car is going to be sitting outside. So I just want to rinse it, clean it a little bit, and get all the nasty junk off of it, just to kind of give it somewhat of a clean look, fresh look. And then I'm going to go around the auto parts stores and try to see if I can find the part that I need to fix this car. So let's wash this thing.
Five minutes later.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's over 9,000!
Alright, so I just got done washing the car, giving it a good little clean. Let's go ahead and do a quick walkthrough very quick. First is the motor. I just kind of wiped down the motor, and there was a ton of just spider webs everywhere. I didn't wash it or anything. I just kind of used a towel and just kind of wiped it down and cleaned it up a little bit. Of course, it still has a ways to go, but now it definitely looks a lot cleaner than it was before. Earlier there was a ton of spider web everywhere, spider cobs everywhere, but now it's all kind of clean, or a lot cleaner than before. But there's a lot of work that needs to be done. Literally no fluids left. Going from the clutch, the brake looked like it still have some in there. I know that I checked the oil, there's still some oil in there. But you guys can see from here, it looks like there is a head gasket leak, so we'll probably have to change that out too before we do much. That's the motor right there, engine bay. Let's walk around. Front end clean. The big bruise looks clean too. Yeah, as you guys can see, just a quick wash. It does a world of difference to a car, right? And so this was just out there about a 15-minute car wash, clean, kind of rinse it down. I wanted to only rinse it, but after rinsing it, I was like, man, this thing needs to be scrubbed down. And so I scrubbed down on it as well, and as you guys can see, again, it's pretty clean. The only thing that I've noticed is the paint is starting to peel. Of course, that's what happens when a car sits outdoors uncovered or anything for 10 years on and off. As you guys can see here, especially at the bumper, the rear bumper right here, paint is starting to chip, to peel away, but that's all good. I've also noticed quite a bit of rust happening. That's starting to happen now. When I had this car 15 years ago, of course, that was a while back, but it didn't have any rust. It was rust free, it was super clean. Of course, it's just been sitting, collecting rain, snow, everything else that comes with it. This is the passenger side. It's a lot cleaner than the driver's side, obviously. The top as well, again, you can see there are some paint chips, paint peeling starting to happen, and right here, decolorizing. And it is what it is. For the most part, everything else is still pretty solid. I'm sure the brakes are out as well. Probably need to change that in the future as well. But my first concern here is just to kind of get the car going again. I'm going to probably change the clutch slave cylinder, and once I get that changed, hopefully I can jump it and get it going. At least, if you don't know what a clutch slave cylinder is this piece right here, this rusted piece. That is what keeps the clutch, or a hydraulic clutch, goes up and down. And so yeah, so there you have it. That is my new daily. I will be using this car whenever we come back for vacations, to stay for the summer, whenever we do come back from Hong Kong. And so stay tuned. I'll try to get it fixed and running before I go back to Hong Kong in about 3 weeks. As always, thanks for joining. Appreciate you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Go.